Hey, welcome back, guys. Oops, let's turn that off. Of course, we don't need the names up here because the names are displayed down here. This is the other semifinals. So this is the second semifinals here for the Dragon Invitational number 4. I'm Rifkin casting this morning with Namshar. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday morning or afternoon, depending on where you're from, everybody. But this will seed one player to fight against San in the grand finals and one player to fight against Center in the 3rd, 4th place match. This is also the only... This game features the only Zerg player to make it through the entire tournament, which is kind of crazy with how good Zerg have been performing lately, but at any rate, spawning in the bottom left corner of the map, he is, I believe, currently teamless, but once again, I never know with all the trades going on. It is going to be the blue Terran player alive.
And in the top left, we've got our red Zerg player playing for... nothing either, apparently, according to Liquidpedia, is Ragnarok.
Nice! Yay, woo! We got a $10 donation, by the way, to kick this game off from Mr. Boris Makarov. Says, I may have arrived late, but that doesn't mean I can't provide some hype! Thank you for that donation, dude. You and Jokas are true esports heroes. But, okay, so Deadwing. This, I don't know, you're a Zerg player. For those who don't know, my co-caster here actually knows how to play the game. You know, Grandmaster player from Carnage Esports.
You're being modest, Rifkin.
He just want to go for StarCraft, no big deal. But okay, truth time here. What are your feelings on this map? Base layouts, general strategies. Let's hear them.
Well, I mean, you just went through the horizontal spawn thing, and that's cool and all, but I just gotta say, every now and then I meet these dirty, I don't want to swear, bloody Terrans who just, you know. Sure, there's no horizontal spawns, but you just, you know, whack the tank into a medevac, you boost it across the map, and you drop it behind the natural in the freaking spot,
rocks,
you know.
Yeah.
And I just lose every time I lose. And you could argue that I should work away at those rocks early on, but it feels like the tank get there so quickly. And then, you know, like there's one tank that goes in that spot, and then there's another tank in one game recently where I played. Use one tank at my 3rd base as well, so I mean, sad times, Rifkin. I don't like the map too much. If it wasn't for those tank spots, I think I wouldn't mind it, but I don't know. Those builds are difficult. I'm not adjusted to it yet because I don't meet it often enough, I guess, but it's almost as if you have to play like roaches every game to not die to that. So
well, I mean, that's kind of where the game shifted as well. I mean, you got Hellbats that kind of encourage more roach play. You got these tanks on maps like this. For those who don't know, this ledge here can abuse the mineral line here. You can set a tank out here to abuse this mineral line. The problem with tanks, though, they are vulnerable no matter how you look at it. I mean, they're good units when positioned absolutely perfectly, but Lings get on top of them quickly, Mutas take them out, even roaches can sometimes move on top of them, but ooh, is Alive gonna really lose his Reaper? Oh my god, that got close.
That was very close. And he's playing with fire because the Queen is finishing. No, Alive, no!
I got some drone kill for shovels.
Oh my
Oops.
god, okay, nice.
So guys, I started playing the multi-kill thing there. It's definitely just a regular first blood. My bad.
Well, okay, so Alive did go for only one Reaper, so we might see some funky strategy out of this. As I say that, he pops down the 3rd CC, but still, it's something you've been seeing more and more, I guess, out of Terran players lately, but we'll see if he, you know, decides to do anything specific with the gas that he has. Probably a starport should go down sometime soon. But here comes the Lynx, and no Marines or Hellions out.
Yeah, small annoyance. He will lose an SCV for this most likely, but 2 Hellions are on the way, and these are going to have speed in a moment, but even then, Hellions on a ramp can deal with any amount of Zerglings pretty efficiently. Although...
But yes, sir.
Keeps the SCV alive? No way.
Well, speed finishes now, so that's kind of fortunate for him. He's going to be able to get those Lings most likely alive, or at least most of them.
He'll get the Lings alive. Oh, wait, no.
No. Alright. Well, I guess not.
No, it actually cleans them up. This is a little bit unfortunate for Ragnarok. I mean, losing 5 Lings is hardly the end of the world, but, you know, that was early game scouting. That was control of the Watchtower. More Lings to flood later, if that's the case, but I like this move out of Ragnarok a lot. The Pneumatize Carapace early. There's some arguments about like whether this is worth going for the Overseer, and I think if I recall, you're in the Overseer camp for this one, but I like this because you get so much scouting so much sooner against the Terran player, and knowing whether they're throwing down the armory for the Heli and all that, whether it's Banshees instead of Hellbats. I mean, these are all critical things that you normally can't catch because your Overlords are so slow, and the Marines will pick them off before they see anything.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And do you know why? It's because I think this is reactionary. Maybe he's gonna do this no matter what. But when you see only one Reaper, like the gas is going somewhere, and that if one of the times where I feel like it's very good to get it, it's when you see those one Reaper builds. And as we see now, he's getting Cloak and Banshee, despite only having one refinery working, and that's mainly because he only made one Reaper, so he's got more gas to work with. He's gonna go for that Cloak Banshee, and he gets scouted by Overlord speed. So I really like that thinking. And yeah, Hellions up the third base.
Sorry for the camera spasms there, guys. I was licking something in chat there real quick, but yeah, he gets the Queen for it. He keeps the Hellions alive, which I like a lot. This speedy Overlord did get a full scout off on the base and gets out alive unscathed. Best part is too, he would have seen those extra Hellions coming out had he been over just a little bit more to the right.
What's the upgrade tab? Did he cancel Cloak? Yes. Did he even let the Banshee finish? No.
No, looks like he canceled it.
That's pretty weird. He was like almost finished.
I guess because it got scouted, right? Like you got that speed Overlord come in.
Yeah, but normally you see the turn like finish the Banshee at least and like just cancel Cloak. But yeah, he just completely aborted mission. But yeah, I don't mind it because Ragnarok is obviously gonna be making one spore per base, which he is. So not a bad decision there. And Ragnarok did also go for safety Roaches, so he doesn't want to take any risks there. He's gonna throw up his third now, but Alive is looking pretty good. He's ahead on upgrades. The lair is pretty quick, but yeah, Alive is doing alright. But as we said before as well, but just to bring it up, like both of the players are seemingly teamless right now. So I mean, this is a very good way for these players to prove themselves and maybe get some more teams interested, because I haven't seen Alive around for a while, so it's really nice to see him do well and maybe for him to get into a potential team again. So
this is another big thing about the Overlord speed. Like, look how much more of a pain in the ass it is for this Viking to kill an Overlord instead of just get like a bunch of free kills. I mean, he's still gonna kill probably 3 or 4 Overlords, but still, it's not the easy mode kills you would normally get. I'm surprised actually Ragnarok's just letting these die. He could easily pull these back, especially over top of the spores he just laid down.
Yeah, I mean it's I mean, you're right in that it's gonna take a while to kill them, but still, I feel Ragnarok right now, it's so annoying, Rifkin, when you spend so much time spreading Overlords. Like, his Overlord spread is amazing right now, and he's just losing the Overlords now. It's like such a hassle, so much attention span that you need to spend to spread those Overlords, yeah?
Look what this guy's doing. Right here at the back of this base here, these, what are these? Oh, debris.
Let me follow your cam.
He's knocking down the debris.
Any sort of tank push would have landed. Like,
I know the
6
timing
minutes ago.
Yeah, the timing's well past. I had to tease.
Yeah.
But he's sticking it through with the Mutila's Banling. It's kind of interesting. We're seeing some players really just stick to their guns with the strategy versus Terran, despite how good Widow Mines may or may not be, depending on your point of view, depending on the friendly fire. But there's also some players like Snoot who we've been seeing rocking these brand new strategies. Oh, there's a Widow Mine stuck here. Like the whole Swarm Host shtick that he's been trying to pull off. I mean, there's some scary stuff coming out of Zerg, but sticking with what he knows best. Ragnarok has got a pretty nice composition to eventually deal with this. The problem is right now there's really not a lot of Banelings out. It's pretty much mostly, yeah, there we go, now morphing some in.
Yep,
drop in the main.
The armory finish? Yeah, drop in the main. Oh, double drop actually.
I'm
waiting for 2-2 to start for Alive.
He's gotta wait until his Banelings are done, and they're on the wrong side of the rock. Speed. Oh, this is gonna suck to clean up.
Oh my god.
He actually might not be able to deal with this too initially. Yeah, I mean the surround comes down, but it picks up.
This is very cost efficient for Alive, so I really like that. Like, you see units lost. Yeah, already Ragnarok losing quite a bit there, and drops down at the 4th. I would like to see him just get out of there though, because mutas are now out.
Yeah, this was of course something he had a bit on timing, but that choke's also pretty hard to argue against abusing. You get into the middle line in that sweet spot, now retreating back to the main part of the army. There are Hellbats here as well, guys. Let's not forget.
That's a scary army.
Yeah, these Zerglings, the Banelings, not going to get to connect to the Marines anytime soon. Widowmine's trying to start to, I guess, spread itself out as far as burrowing goes, but all it takes is one amazing Widowmine hit. You can shut those Banelings down pretty quickly.
Alive though, still not. He started +2 attack finally, but he could have had 2-2 more than halfway done, honestly. Like those eBays were idling for so long, and I think he was prioritizing medivacs, but not having started +2 armor, definitely a mistake. But yeah, that 2-2 could have been, far away already, ready to completion, but he does start it now. And a Thor quite early. I kind of like that. Thors are a scary unit.
I'd really like if he tried to take a position behind that 3rd. Just start abusing it and use the cliff as the follow-up, but fighting out here, he doesn't want to get
the creep.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he's just clean up the creep right now. That's why we don't see him over pushing,
Oh.
overextending. Marines fall back immediately away from the Banelings. Woodmines are gonna burrow, and looks like he will keep a majority of these alive, which means the Mutas cannot engage. Such a good engagement here for alive.
Yeah. Wow. Terran. Nice. All right. Stemming forward.
This guy. You know, he does this without the Thors, but now the Thors are on the way too. So the Mutas are not really that big of a threat. It hasn't been the emphasis of the army. It's not like he went for 20 Mutas quick, but with no Banelings to stop the bio, I mean, this is gonna get cleaned up eventually for Ragnarok, but round 2 is just around the corner, and he is training out really nicely.
Yeah, Ragnarok is his supply is looking pretty good now, and he's got a lot of drones, like a lot of drones, or had at the 4th base. So maybe that's why it was a bit harder for him to deal with that attack, because he drones super hard, kind of like Scarlet style, where Scarlet will just drone like 16 drones on minerals at the 4th base, like at a very quick time. You know, so if Ragnarok can hold on, his economy is looking very good.
You're talking about that Overlord spread before. Oh my god, it is so sick.
Yeah,
it's too bad he can't really use any of it to his advantage. This medevac can't sneak around anything. Muta's getting right on top of it, and that's going to be a little unfortunate. Yeah, picks up the Marines here.
Muta. Yeah, 1 Muta dies, so not terrible. Let's stem forward some new Marines. Does Ragnarok notice? Oh, he does.
A little bit.
1 Muta.
Yeah, a little bit slow in the reaction there.
But that's annoying.
You know, both boys are finishing up there too. They've been staying toe-to-toe for upgrades, which is really nice, but Ragnarok, he doesn't have the breathing room through the infestation pit. He doesn't have the money to make that hive, so he's eventually going to start falling behind. And while they're trading evenly right now, guys, this becomes a little bit more weighted in the Terran's favor the later the game goes.
Yeah, and this is interesting as well, because not only does he not make an infestation pit, but he starts roach speed and adds on 4 roaches, and he's already got 15 roaches in his army, so I mean those roaches are a nice kind of way.
Those turrets are so late.
Like they don't die to widow mines and stuff, so yep, does get some damage there. But yeah, a lot of roaches in this army, but I'm liking that for alive. If he can get a push on later with 3-3 versus an army with a lot of roaches in it, he's just gonna have better units, so we'll see how
the Mutas though fly into their death on top of Marines on top of 3 Thors. Oh, that's so messy. Drop also, by the way, I just want to point out, get some really cool focus fire on top of a lot of those Banelings, but a lot more Banelings are coming down to replace this. And Ragnarok, you know, he doesn't have a lot of creep to fight on. Generic rule of Zerg, fight on creep, never off creep. But here he is, off of creep with these Banelings trying to roll forward. Marines are just going to run away while the Widowmites do tons of damage and the Banelings dissipate. Still a lot more rolling in, but is it going to be enough?
Oh, I don't think so.
I can pick up the Thors and get them out alive at the very least. Going down swinging, there we go.
Yeah, nonetheless, alive is trading good enough, considering he just killed so many Mutas. Ragnarok, man, he just went full Namshar here. He lost 20 Mutas like for free.
Full Namshar.
Oh. It's oh man, that's not meant to. That's not supposed to happen, man. 4 Mutas left. It starts to hive now, but that Muta count is gonna take forever to get back up.
You know, the thing we're seeing in this game too that I want to emphasize here is it's not like OP Widow Mines or like crazy Thors. Alive's just got really good positioning. He's always where he needs to be. I mean, this hardly comes down to anything being OP other than just Alive's, I guess, predictability, movement of the Mutalisks, his actual physical movement of the army. 4th base gets denied, which kind of sucks here a little bit with that Overlord creep, but I mean, for Ragnarok, he's on 4 bases and he can't overwhelm. He's only just now getting into hive tech. I mean, if he gets ultras out, maybe the game shifts a little bit, but he's really got to focus on is getting those upgrades so he can match his opponent.
Yeah, I like to see him get that 5th, and I like to see him get the hive as well, but...
Oh, you know what? If he takes down those back rocks, that should be really nice for the 5th, because there's no way he's coming out here to run around and defend it.
Yeah,
but that's,
that would be nice.
What's really cool, too, is neither of these players has been maxed for quite some time. There's been a lot of trading going on back and forth.
Yeah.
No one's really had the money to just pump it. Alive now, perhaps, with a bit of a bank going down behind us, but he's spending a lot of this on turrets defensively. He's going to be able to get that 4th up. He's looking to be in such a good spot this game.
Okay, maybe we should get some more production. Well, he's not actually using his production right now. A little bit surprising. Macro slipping a little bit because he's not actually max hit dust.
I like now. These Marauders took so many Baneling hits. The Widowmine's going to catch most of them, though. Oh, unlike last time, there's a lot more Marines.
Yeah, some Banelings still alive, though. This is...
but I mean, he's just kiting this. I mean, this is really not an issue. Second you get off of creep versus Zerg as a Terran, Stim's good to go.
Yeah, luckily he was able to get out of there, because if he got surrounded there, that could have been a lot worse, because there were a few Banelings still alive, but yeah, it does get, you know, important units out of there. But yeah, +3 armor, that was a bit of a timing, by the way. He had +3 attack, just finished for that attack, so now maybe he's gonna wait a bit and then go with the +3 armor finished as well. Meanwhile, Ragnarok going for the squeezing out the 3-3 and the Ultra Count. I like that he saves up gas for that. Or I guess he has a lot of gas, actually.
Right, so like here's...
Lacking minerals more.
Here's what I kind of think is going to start shifting the dynamic of the game around a little bit. Those Ultras guys, if Ragnarok overinvests in them, I think he loses. He's also got to consider possibly getting Infestors alongside this, but everything he needs to do, as you point out, is going to be kind of expensive, regardless, gas, minerals, whatever.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Marauders as well, and
well, I mean,
in production.
Well, the reason I think a couple Ultras is going to be fantastic is they're going to soak those Widowmine hits and allow the Banelings past. Sure. That's been a big hurdle for Ragnarok. Getting past the Marauder lines and through the Baneling or the Widowmines just to connect to like a small handful of Marines. But this stim in the main is going to be huge. If he picks off the spawning pool, ooh.
He's all over the place. He's at the third base as well. A lot of drones falling at that third of Ragnarok, and he does go over to the drop now. And okay, Alive not paying attention, does lose all of those Marines. Does save the drop in the main though, but that was some nice movements. He even killed the 5th base there, and Ragnarok wasn't able to do anything about it because, as you said, he didn't kill off the rocks, and the creep doesn't extend that far. He can't take a fight that far off creep, so he had to sack that 5th. I like that he takes the other 5th on the left-hand side because he does have creep near that base. It's going to be a bit easier to engage there, but
so
I realize the base is there soon. Yeah, a lot of
this medevac somehow dodges past the mutas, but only for a little bit of time. This gives Alive that sort of comfort to start moving forward. More Banelings are morphing in. The Ultras are finally on the way, but Ragnarok kind of has to wait for this engagement. He can't force this before those Ultras are out.
Yeah,
he needs the Ultralisks
now, but Alive does have the upgrades. 3-2 versus 2-2.
Those Widowmines.
Oh my god.
The Zerglings just disappeared. Like I thought, like I don't know. Did he self-detonate the Zerglings? Jesus.
GG! Wow, Alive 1-0 versus Ragnarok, man. I'm really...
That's really impressive, actually, honestly.
Yeah, it's his